My question is for the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing. In the midst of an unprecedented housing crisis and in the wake of a capital plan that invested $0 into building new housing units, our caucus waited. Hope for a budget that would have a significant investment in building non-market housing. Instead, we were sorely disappointed by a budget that doubles down on the approach of funneling public money to private landlords through more money for rent supplements, which will certainly help some people, but will certainly not build new affordable non-market housing units. So, Mr. Speaker, why does this government continue to neglect the need for truly affordable non-market housing?
The Honourable Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing.
Mr. Speaker, I'd like to thank the member for the question, and I'm extraordinarily proud of our budget. We're seeing a $150 million increase in the Municipal Affairs and Housing budget this year. Last 2 years, the last 18 months, we've invested almost $200 million in a variety of different forms of housing. As far as non-market housing or public housing, if you want to call it that, we are actually near the top in Canada per capita in public housing right now. And we know that we've had a mandate from the Auditor General to address problems in public housing, which we're doing. And this year we will spend $20 million in upgrading public housing. And I know that that's badly needed. So we've had a mandate from the Auditor General to deal with problems in public housing.
The Honourable Member for Halifax Needham.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank you for that response. I was really, thrown aback when the Finance Minister said, we're here, we're helping people, but yet the budget address for housing was a mere page worth. So, Mr. Speaker, the government continues to announce funding for landlords who are going to build housing that is not affordable in line with the CMHC definition of 30% of rent geared to income. For example, the recently announced $9 million for new units across the province, many built by run-of-the-mill for-profit landlords, will be rents at or below 80% the local market average. Or the new NSCC housing that will be built in Dartmouth that is supposed to be affordable says all rates and fees will be determined based on fair market averages. Mr. Speaker, can the minister see that nothing here is going to be what we desperately need, more truly affordable housing?
The Honourable Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing.
Thank you for the question. What we desperately need is more housing supply, and we're working on that too. And that fundamentally is the only real solution. However, the 8,000 rent subs that we will have this year, that makes a huge difference to people. All of the different programs we're having across the spectrum address this. So we don't need, like, if you think about the problems we have in healthcare, we need housing for healthcare. We've just spent $20 million on modular housing, but the reality is we need housing across the spectrum for employers to have places for their people to live across the province. So we're addressing not just one segment of the market, we're addressing all of these different elements of the market, the housing market. There's no one particular solution, but we couldn't possibly be doing more. We've made massive increases in funding.
The Honourable Member for Halifax Atlantic.